All right, that didn't take long. Looks like we're loading right back up and going at it again. Our team's back in action as we head to Detroit. This is game 3 between Epsilon and Team Kaliber. First time around, we saw TK with a nasty fast break, only 1 kill needed to score their first 2 points.
Yeah, really a great set of play from TK. Wondering if we'll see it again. I'm leaning towards no. Epsilon know what to expect now. Hopping back into the game, and it's already been ended. Great. Hey,
Fake
right.
out.
What's it's all about?
A little bit of a fake out.
Yeah. Nezlo's the only player deciding to load in.
Well, at least Nezlo is able to get in no problems.
Nezlo can 1v4. He's the GOAT. I called him Nezgo.
You did. I'm looking through here. It looks like, again, it is Swanee, the player that is missing from action. When you watched Epsilon play Uplink, though, last week against TCM, how did things go?
I believe TCM was able to take that one. They really began to show up, and I don't know, Epsilon, it's just a game mode right now that I feel they have bigger fish to fry, bigger things to worry about over an Uplink. I feel like, one, they need to start winning their hard points like we saw earlier on in the series, especially while on host.
Pretty important game mode.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of torn with them right now. They need to figure out their hard point in S&D first. If they can get those underneath their belt, then really begin to push and work hard on the Uplink game mode. Right now, when you think of teams like Denial, you see exactly how the roles work. You see exactly how it's going to be played out. When you think of Epsilon, okay, yeah, Swanee and Nagafen, okay, there's your Bals, but then how does it work? Where exactly do these roles come in? Do they have a Bal-type player like Enable, who is kind of the last player who will grab the drone and then be the more objective-minded player that we see from FaZe? Or will they have a sub like Replays who just grabs the drone at all times and is their pure objective player? Something that really has been a lot of questions up in the air for Epsilon in this game mode so far.
All right, guys, while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a VOD again. This is going to be from our friends over on Epsilon, playing up against TCM from last week. This one was on Comeback, so different map than what we're going to see here in Detroit, but we'll get a feel for how they're playing as a squad at the moment. As we go full screen, here it is, loaded up.
Already picking up 1 kill, gets taken down. I'll open up that mini-map for you so you can see exactly how it's breaking down at the moment. Moose rocking that hardwired with the Bal, loses a gunfight though to Nagafen. Glass control, obviously so crucial when Nagafen is turning on Jerd like that. Epsilon should be in a good spot. There's his 4th straight kill, already off 4-0. A little bit of a different start to this respawn game mode compared to game number 1.
Here they go. They almost got caught by the flanker there and weren't actually able to get forward, but I think it was Remy that was able to pick up that kill in the back, and this should be a 1 point. And those are the ones you gotta sink! Come on, Swanee. You gotta put through those 1-pointers. Those are the ones that come down to bite you, and you'll see it's gonna get wrapped green. Eggs is gonna be leading the way. There's 1 player already in the base. Let's see how they play this out. This is gonna end up being a dunk. This is an easy dunk. Now the question is, can they control the base and continue to rally? 1 player's already gone back for the drone. That's going to be Jerd. Jerd's going to get right back forward, toss it up top, and this might be a second dunk. That needed the old oop-de-oop there. The defense, though, from Epsilon, they're going to hold this off. Can Swanee get the reset?
Maven, I feel like you're one of those like weird old coaches that just lives vicariously through the players and like gets really angry when a loss happens.
100%.
Hearing your voice right now, this is the most passionate I've ever heard you be about Call of Duty.
That's where, like, when Gandhi and I first got into casting, and people were like, oh, you can't be biased, you can't be this. The thing I think that makes me a decent caster is the fact that I have a lot of friendships with the players. I get hyped. I care about their outcomes. I care about who wins and how the guys do. I think it's an important piece of it, Jack.
You know, Maven, you never said something so true in your whole darn life. Off the start, 3-0 lead for TCM. Nagafen yet again winning the gun battles inside of Glass on another 3 streak. Royalty getting aggressive. This should be a score from Epsilon. They just need to pick up this one final player as TP just destroyed Remy there. Finally, Epsilon's on the board. Swanee doing all he can to stay alive, winning 2 gunfights. The Swan Dog beating the heat up.
And I think it was Nagafen that had the drone. They're trying to get forward.
Look, they didn't get it.
Down. They're still trailing by 2. Swanee's on this streak, but they've got to get forward. He's just going to toss it in. He might connect for 1 there. He does get it through. So, despite the fact that Swanee missed that early toss, he's answered back. He's made his second. That sentence is so difficult.
Hey, Maven, it's all right, man. Listen, you've had a long day. You hit the doctor's office.
I haven't been working. Yeah, I went to the gym.
To the gymnasium. Like you've been doing big things. You deserve to stutter on a few words here and there.
I'm so good on an elliptical, it's mind-blowing.
Oh god, I really need a nice vine of you running on an elliptical with some motivational music.
Yeah, some Eye of the Tiger while I rock the elliptical. But Remy, he picks it up and he's going to drop kick somebody in the face. Their jacket's going to fall to Nagafen.
Yeah.
They're trying to get forward. It's Royalty up front leading the way. I talked about the strong sub players needing to really push them out, and that's going to be a three-piece, I believe, for Royalty as he moves upon this lower right half, and that's going to lead to a dunk for Nagafen. This should be a lead change. There we go, Epsilon up 4-3.
I know what needs to happen for Epsilon. They just need Royalty to get on 6 streaks and kill everything in sight so they can score at least 2 points. Right now, Epsilon, 4 unanswered points coming back into this game. Remember, it is TCM's host. TCM did just sneak a win on Epsilon's game to host. Right now, though, the drone in the hands of Teep. He's running it towards back yellow, going for that 1-point toss. Connects. We're all tied up with 90 seconds remaining on side number 1.
Well, really, what's more important than that aggressive sub player? I mean, Glass being the most important thing, obviously, overlooking that drone spot, but what's more important than that sub player being able to get those kills top base and push forward and take control of the base?
Yep.
I mean, those are the most important kills if you're trying to get points on the board, Jack.
Really, the players that come to mind who are just so good at it on this map, Scump as well as Hook.
Scump's a god at it, yeah.
Yeah, Scump is just the man at controlling yellow, while Hook just gets the gunfight wins wherever he needs him. Jerd actually just stuck Moose there and had to completely change away his playstyle. Still wins the gunfight, though, up against Royalty. He's 14-11 off the start. A big reason why you see TCM tied up in this game. Something I did want to point out, Maven, the slaying extremely even off the start. Both teams showing up here in game number 3.
Yeah, and I think this is a map, in my opinion, it plays a little more 50-50 in my eyes. It really depends on the team. If you're going to pick a strong side, I guess you'd say Epsilon would have it off the rip here, and they're about to be trailing by 2, I think. Nope, that'll be a 1-point toss, and that actually misses. That is one that definitely should have gone through, so we've now had a miss for either team, but it's going to end up leading to a dunk. No, it doesn't. Good defensive stand. That is Nagafen with a massive 2-piece.
Yep.
I thought for sure that was going to be a dunk.
Epsilon going to go for one last score. Nagafen going for the double jump and toss off the AC vent. He's able to make it happen. Beautiful stuff from him. Moose, though, still in a position to possibly get in a 2-point play. A beautiful spawn for the boys of Epsilon inside of yellow. They're going to cut him down, and at the half, Epsilon finds themselves up 5-4.
I don't know. I mean, they have the lead. That's the positive you can take from it, but looking forward to this second side, I mean, you can't really get a rally going on the side Epsilon's going to be having control of here unless you really get the base locked down.
Yep.
And you can really methodically get forward, catch people off guard, get that drone rallied. They didn't really do that on strong side at all, except, I mean, all of their pushes were either Swanee got a 2 or 3 piece. You saw Royalty get a 2 or 3 piece, and they got forward. They didn't really do a very good job of controlling a base at any point. I think this is going to be a tough half for Epsilon.
Oh, okay, here's the strategy from TCM off the start. They flood 2 players bottom middle, go for the quick 1-point play. They do just that. They tie it up in 14 seconds, but they didn't win a single gunfight, so they forfeit the entire map control. Epsilon might be able to answer right back with a 2-point play. Swanee just playing it safe, going for the 1-point toss.
Now they've got
30
control,
seconds,
but the
both
issue
teams
is
on the board.
they had control of the base for a second there with Royalty and Swanee, but look at the drone.
Yeah.
Wisely, TCM has 2 players. They spawn and go straight for the drone. That's going to allow them to get forward, and they're going to have a 1-point toss to tie that up immediately. Good job by Patrick Price.
Maybe this is going to be a close one. I can feel it all the way to the end. TP on the flank. Finally able to pick up the kill there on Royalty. Drop shots, the second one there on Remy. Getting aggressive towards bottom dirt. Swanee's there to cut him down. 6-6, 4 minutes remaining. Key player for me to watch, Moose, needs to begin to heat up for TCM. It's been said time and time again, if Moose can slay up against the best of the game, then TCM will find themselves in a great spot. Currently, 12-15 scoreless in the uplinks category.
Yeah, but if Jerd plays like he did in that first side, it's going to be so tough. I think he went on a 7 or 8 streak.
Another missed shot.
Somewhere in that ballpark. He was crushing. But with 2 down, this might be an opportunity for them to wrap green. They're going to give it a chance. There's 2 players that cut back pretty quickly. He's got to wisely go for 1. He tries, but doesn't get out of his hands in time. They're going to pick up kills, though. There's 2 players left on defense. 1 to beat. That should be a dunk. You got to get it and move forward. Swanee, slide on through. There we go. Lead 8-6 here for Epsilon. Nagafen and him still have it locked down. They need to get a player to the drone to push this forward. I believe the man is going to be Royalty, but he's got a player from behind. A massive kill from Jerd there to stop the momentum.
Beautiful flank from Jerd, stopping the aggression there from Epsilon. Now TP with the drone in hand. A shot was just missed earlier by TCM, which let Epsilon begin to run that drone towards yellow from green. But now the full 4-man push from TCM. They need to score here to bring this game even closer. Unfortunately, though, TP gets cut down. Ace staying alive. Moose is there to help out. He gets the beat down on Remy and the dunk. 8-8. We're tied up yet again.
I was just about to say a great defensive stand from Epsilon, but Moose comes in with the disgusting two-piece, and he's still got the base locked down. This should lead to more points. He's there to grab a can. He gets through. No, he gets cut down at the goal line with 2.5 left to go.
No boost left. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you're here for a great matchup between Epsilon and TCM. Game number 1 went to Epsilon. Game 2 went to TCM. Here in Game 3, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, we are all tied up.
Just trying to see who's going to be the next person with the best attempt to attack. Glass, for the most part, controlled right now by Epsilon. Nagafin flirting with the drone, not able to get forward yet. Royalty picks up a kill that was going to allow him to grab that. Couldn't make it into Glass before dropping, and now it is going to fall to TCM. Kills coming in right now for either side. Swanee catches another one. They need one more person to beat. They catch the drone carrier. This has got to be at least a 1-point play. Can Royalty put it through? Do they go for 2? He got caught on the wall for a second. Does that cost him? He'll get it.
Royalty able to connect with that shot in the last bullet of his clip. He killed the drone carrier who was running bottom middle. Nagafen grabs that drone. He's just going to toss it out. Very smart play. 90 seconds remaining. A 1-point lead for Epsilon. It seems like Epsilon's been up by 1 the entire game. Now, though, going to be up to them to regain drone control. TCM, though, at the moment, doing a much better job with Ace picking up a 2-piece.
A lot of pressure on Nagafen right now. He's got the whole team of Epsilon flying at him. He's going to get swarmed. This is looking dangerous right now. They're picking up kills left and right. Another falls. Remy by himself. This is going to be an easy dunk, and that is going to be a lead for TCM with 60 seconds left to go.
So many lead changes in game number 3. Comeback uplink, one of the best game modes in all of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for a reason. Jerd grabbing that drone. He's got 2 players to beat. Wins the gunfight there up against Remy. Has help from his teammate in Jerd. Now running it up towards blue. He's going to go for the 1-point toss. Able to connect a 2-point lead for TCM with just 2 minutes remaining.
They've got a player still playing defensive by the drone. That's Moose. Now it's reset time. He's just going to toss it out. 20 seconds or so left.
Oh, no.
By the time this pops back up. And you're in trouble right now. That all players, well, they've got 3 players in Glass basically right now set up for TCM. There's nothing Epsilon can do here. I mean, someone has to make some sort of hero play.
Remy's trying to be that hero that Epsilon needs. Unfortunately, he gets cut down. The drone now inside Glass. Nagafen shuts him down, but the trade kills coming right back. 8 seconds remaining. One final challenge coming from Swanee. Trying to pick up the kill on the drone carrier. He's not going to do it. And Jerd, to add insult to injury, scores with 1 second remaining. TCM clutching up when they needed it most. They're going to go up 2-1 in the series.
Oh, God, you saw it in slow-mo.
All right, guys, there was a look at the last time they played. Unfortunately, it was TCM coming back and closing the game out on him. The positive things, you saw Swanee slaying pretty well. He also had 5 uplinks, Royalty able to get a putback, and Nagafen able to score 3 times. The one thing I'll say about Epsilon is they're pretty darn accurate with their uplink throws, and I think that might be a difference maker on a map like Detroit, especially if they can start nailing the Hail Marys, Jack, from about halfway across the map.
Yeah, something to look out for in this game. Looks like we're having the players join up into the lobbies. I see Swanee's back in the game at the moment. Looking forward to seeing where we go in game number 3 between these 2 teams. Obviously, TK up 2-0 if you are just joining us.
If I had money in my pocket right now, it would all be on TK at this moment. I think you got all the momentum. You stole game 1 in the final minute.
Yeah.
Game 2, you dominated. Strong play out of Nameless, Sharp. As you mentioned, the whole team just played well. And in the first little glimpse of what we could see here in uplink, TK dominated. They almost went up 4-0. Granted, Swanee out for some of that action. So I think we're going to see TK starting on the same strong side. They should be able to continue to put on some points, but if you're an Epsilon fan, I don't think you necessarily need to see points in the first half. You need to just see TK out of Epsilon's base the entire time.
Yeah, obviously this is Epsilon's host. Something you want is don't let up points right away off the start. This time have a better start, really get control of school, then begin to push through garage and get control of middle map. The game is starting up. All players are in. Please let this game go all the way through. Already beginning to get things underway.
Oh, yeah.
Nameless has called me a weirdo on Twitter.
You are a weirdo, and I love you for it, Jack. Here we go. Weirdos unite on Detroit for Uplink. There's 10 of us in here.
There are some weirdos in Detroit, Chris. There definitely are some weirdos.
I can't wait to see my favorite weirdo, Sharp, this weekend.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Sharp and I are known
we were
for
in London.
our blackjack skills together in the UK.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have better luck this year. Anyway, into the action. Let's take a look at the weapons, starting with Nagafen. Bow. Swanee. Bow. Royalty. Bow. So they're going back to the 3 ARs. Remy going to be the lone sub over on the other end. Bow for Neslo. Theory with the ASM-1. Same thing for Sharp. And Nameless is going to be the second bow. Off the break, TK. Not to be the first to touch the drone. Instead, it's going to be Epsilon. And look at Remy, runs it right back to his teammates. They're going for an Atlas push. This is kind of a counter.
This should be at least 1 point. Oh, they're going for it all.
They're going 2.
Right off the bat, Epsilon up 2-0. Great start. Beautiful stuff. Being able to rotate back from garage, pick up the kills they need. And now they're regaining control of middle map with ease. There's just one player to beat. That's Nameless falling. Pretty much flawless start out of Epsilon in the first 30 seconds.
Got to be careful, though. Sharp making his way over to that drone. Royalty's going to connect with the frag grenade. Picks up a second kill. So big kills, keeping TK off the objective. Nagafen looping behind, and he is going to watch as the drone is going to reset after 15 seconds of inactivity. Picks up a 2-piece there, cleaning up Nameless and Sharp. Almost got the third. Meanwhile, Swanee setting up for the toss, full blind, and that one is going to miss. Who's going to get there? It looks like Remy still in position to put up some points.
Remy knows there's players around him. He tried to do his best to utilize some cover, get the sneak attack on the player rotating back to the drone. Did not work out in his favor. Neslo just lost a very easy gunfight against Royalty there in back green alley. The drone now being run by Sharp through mid-hospital.
Sharp getting tagged up, and this is bad. Fast break, only one defender up. Nagafen has at least a 1-point throw, could go for 2, and he is going to toss it up and sink it. We talked about the danger for Epsilon. They are so good at those uplink tosses. Swanee misses his first, but he was completely blind. Now it's Royalty's chance, and he's going to pass it over to his teammate. Nagafen should be able to gather this any second. 2 defenders left, though, and he will get dropped. His Theory now has drone in hand.
You can see the slang completely in favor of Epsilon, and it kind of reflects in the positioning on the map so far in this game. TK finally now able to get a player inside of school, and Theory just melted Nagafen. Swanee, though, in a power position on the back pickup truck. Nameless is going to go for the 2-point dunk. Actually caught Swanee while he was reloading. Very heads-up play from Nameless, getting TK on the board. But now it's Epsilon on the offensive.
That's got to be so frustrating if you're Swanee. You get a triple, you clear out 3 of the 4 members, and the 4th one has a drone just dunking in while you're reloading. Couldn't have played that much better. Needed a little bit more help from his teammates, but it looks like his teammate Remy is looking to answer back. 1-point toss goes up, goes in. They maintain control of the TK base. Remy going to be taken down, but while everyone's looking at Remy, no one is on the drone, and Neslo going to try and keep it that way as Epsilon's looking to slip in. This could be an attack from TK. Neslo's just going to go for it. Here's the break. Here's the toss to a teammate. Nice pass up, Theory. Last man standing. Could get it in for 2, and he does.
Beautiful route from Theory, getting some cover there behind the lamppost. Able to dunk it in. Now 4-4. TK doing all they can to stay in this game. Really, it's been all Epsilon so far. But some great pass plays, and a couple times where they got Epsilon 2-3 dead, they were able to take advantage of it. 4-4 with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining on side number 1.
Sharp picks up a big kill, goes for the reset. His teammates trying to jock for position, and Sharp is just surviving all of these attacks. Staying alive, and TK could go back on the offensive here in 5 seconds. Drone's about to reset. First, they need kills. There's 1 from Sharp. Theory and Nameless, last 2 up, and as I say it, Theory is dropped. Everyone dead. Here comes Epsilon.
17-6 on a 6 streak and grabbing the drone. Nagafen doing everything he can for his team. He's going to go for the 1-point double jump toss from middle map.
And it banks in.
That one, Epsilon back in the lead.
Nagafen went on a 6 streak and 1, gets the toss in. Ridiculous plays, but every time they start to pull away, TK answers right back. Currently, it's Theory. trying to get a shot on goal.
Really weird push coming out of TK. Instead of grabbing the drone and rotating right towards school, they decide to push it towards green. Theory now with the drone in hand, trying to stay alive. Nameless picks up 2 kills, middle map, finds the third. Theory, the last remaining player for TK, gonna go for the toss, connects with it. 5-5. TK tying it back up.
This has been fun to watch, man. Arguably, TK has the better side. I mean, it used to be 100% everyone would agree with that, but in recent weeks, you've seen so many scores coming from Epsilon's direction. TK can't hold on to the middle. They do pick up 2 kills. Nagafen and Remy out of the action, but it all comes down to Swanee here as the defenseman. Big kill in school, 3 straight blue kills. Now they can go with the objective once again, but they gotta wait 6 seconds for that reset.
Nagafen continuing to be the aggressive AR for this Epsilon lineup. 9 seconds remaining. They're going to have just enough time to go for a 1-point toss. Swanee grabs it. He begins to run it up towards middle map. One player on ambulance cuts him down. That's going to do it. At the end of the first half, we're all tied up, Chris. TK doing all they can to close out the series 3-0.
Yeah, Nagafen doing everything in his power, though, to force a game forward. This has been fun to watch so far. Both teams trading blows. You look over at the TK lineup, though, and it really feels like Theory is doing all the objective work. Good to see Nameless get that single dunk as Theory was leading the charge through school. But I feel like this Epsilon squad, if it comes down to it, going to have the advantage in the tosses. It's been quite spread across the squad of who goes for the ball. You even saw Swanee going for it at one point. I think Epsilon playing from this side, if it gets down to just 1-point tosses, should be able to win this game.
Right now, all 4 players from TK negative. You fully expect them to begin to pick things up on side number 2. It's been the Nagafen and Swanee show so far. A combined positive 18 at the moment, doing everything they can for their team. The drone in the hands of Nameless caught in an awkward spot as this player that was inside of blue just wound up getting cut down. They're going to begin to move it towards garage, now rotating back towards the middle of the map. He's got Royalty in the sights.
Royalties dropped over to Nagafen now. Drone carrier still surviving inside the school. Remy with the 2-piece. That's 3 straight down. Everyone dead except for Nameless, who's going to reset that drone. Great play here, buying himself some time. His teammates getting back into position. And TK, really, I think they're just going to try and bleed this clock a little bit. Don't do anything too dangerous. Don't give up any easy points is the game plan right here.
Really surprised to see Epsilon begin that push towards school. They had 1 player fall. Now TK in full control of that area of the map. Epsilon going to be up to them to get the entry kills. 2 players wind up falling. Theory picks up 1 kill on Swanee. And just like that, Nagafen drops as well. TK with a perfect wipe. But split spawns now coming out of Epsilon. This could wind up working in their favor. They have the natural pinch. Unfortunately, though, the kills are going in TK's favor. 1 more player to beat. Theory absolutely jukes him. Dunks it in. TK now up 7-5.
Great moves from TK, and as you mentioned, it all started with a clean sweep. They cleared out all 4 players in 5 seconds, then made their push. Neslo still flirting with danger, putting shots into the player next to ambulance. Now going to push out potentially for the drone, waiting for teammates to get kills, but they're simply not landing. Sharp finally takes out Swanee. Theory behind 1 as Nameless takes out Remy. Now Theory can go for the drone. He's got a teammate with him. This is another point if he gets the toss off, but he's cut just short. Swanee with a massive defensive kill.
Swanee just poked right outside a garage, didn't miss a single bullet. That bought enough time for his teammate to grab the drone, toss it off, and Nagafen just turned on Sharp. He's 25-16. Another team kill coming from TK. Epsilon setting up for a 2-point play.
Nagafen going for the reset. It's about to drop. There it is, and he is already in school. 2 teammates inside, but 1 just dropped. Sharp on the defensive end. Nagafen's got to take this outside. 2 defenders out there. He goes up and over. Is it intercepted? It is. Theory with hands on it.
Theory spotted it from the start. He knew in the 1-on-4 he had to go for the toss. He got himself set up perfectly. Beautiful play from TK, able to stop the aggression from Epsilon, but here comes the pinch player. That's going to be Remy, flanking towards the back of the map. He's got 1 player to beat on school steps. He's able to get the kill with the help of his teammate. That's going to be a 2-point dunk from Nagafen. We're all tied up yet again, Chris. This game has been so back and forth.
This is the best game of Uplink I've cast in a while, man. In fact, Uplink, without a doubt, my favorite game mode in Advanced Warfare right now. Nagafen gonna be busy. Picks up 2, looking for the 3rd. That player escapes out to pit. The question is, will Epsilon be able to prevent him from getting through the garage? It looks like the reset is forced out. Both teams now with the opportunity to regain map control.
1 minute and 38 seconds remaining. Gonna be up to TK to clutch up here if they want to close out game number 3. One player inside of Garage. He's just going to back up and play his life from Epsilon. You can see nobody wanted to fall first. There's Theory striking first on Royalty. Remy answers right back. Swanee finds one of his own as well. Looks like Epsilon's going to have the upper hand here. Swanee clutching up for his team. He's 27. Make it 28 and 17.
And while he's doing the damage, Nagafen's getting in position. The drone gets caught. He picks up his own rebound and dunks it in. 2-point advantage, 65 seconds. TK with a fast break. Theory can just go for this right here. No shots coming around his back, but now players spawning up in front of him to the right. Theory's tagged up. Everyone else on his team eliminated. This is Epsilon's game to lose. Remy with drone is just going to wait and play this for time. No shots coming in, but he's going to toss it up anyway. Next drone comes down here with just 32 seconds left on the clock.
And this is a very awkward timing because that 5 seconds still on the drone respawning gives enough time for all of Epsilon to spawn up and regain control of their base. Beautifully done by Remy. 30 seconds remaining. Neslo has the drone. 3 players up on either team. Neslo needs to win this beatdown. He gets it on Remy. A second kill from Fury. They're going to begin to move the drone, and Fury picks up the double kill. There's one final player on this back statue. That's Swanee finding one. He grabs the drone. It's not enough, though. A dunk coming in from Sharp. We're all tied up with 10 seconds remaining.
And Theory made that possible. We're going to overtime.
It's overtime.
No doubt about it. Royalty's going to get one last crack, but not enough time for that drone to sink. OT in game 3. Epsilon's life on the line.
This is absolutely nuts. Tied up 9-9 as we head into OT. Beautifully done by Neslo. The beatdown on Remy just saved the game. There you saw Sharp flying in. He was there to stop the drone from being tossed in. We pick that off very easily. OT, Chris, in your heart, who do you think takes this one?
OT, I'm going to go with the easy pick here. This is Epsilon's.
Yeah, you're going to see Swanee get right into school steps here. He's got Tactician on. He's going to fire downrange all half long. There he wins that gunfight up against Neslo. The drone now in the hands of Remy. He's going to begin to move it through mid-hospital. Swanee spots one player on ambulance, calls it out to his teammate. He falls to Sharp. Now the drone in the hands of Remy. He's going to go for the one-point play. Tosses it up. Connects. 20 seconds. A beautiful start from Epsilon. Chris, you hit the call right there with ease.
20 seconds, man. That's all it took. And I didn't catch anything. I saw the player trying to chase down Swanee. Nice opening here for Epsilon. Can they close it out? All they need is a reset. Grenades coming in. TK knows exactly what Epsilon wants to do. Trying to prevent it. Remy with the kill. Did it sink? No, it drops just to the right. Sharp last man up. Can't get it out before Nagafin throws it out of the map. This one is done. We're going to see a game 4, ladies and gentlemen. It's all coming up after the stats.
Yeah, big overtime from Epsilon. Nameless connecting with that grenade at the start of side number 2, but the entry kill from Epsilon inside of blue really opened up that area of the map for them. That stopped Neslo from getting the peace of mind to toss it from top Atlas. He had to just go for kind of a weird throw from ambulance, to be quite honest with you. Did not connect. Nagafin 34 kills. Swanee right there with him. Beautiful stuff from Swanee and Nagafin, forcing the game 4.
Nagafin's been their superstar throughout both respawns. He's led the charge. Good effort by Swanee, keeping up there with them. 6 points for Nagafin, 4 points for Remy. Everyone, though, from Epsilon playing for that drone. Same thing can be said about TK. No one going massively positive. In fact, Nameless and Sharp, best score with a 1.0, but they took it the best opportunities and they made the most of them. Nice game. Just a 10-9 finish as Epsilon will survive to head to Compound. Hardpoint coming up next. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back right here on MLG.TV.